If you ever ended the day with a stiff back, burning eyes, and zero energy to do anything after your clients, this video is for you. Because taking care of yourself isn't a luxury, it's the secret to becoming a better lash artist. And I'm gonna share the one shift that helped me stop burning out. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiera, and if you're new here, I'll talk about all things lashes and lifestyle. Today, I am talking about the first topic in our Lash Artist Lock-In. Yes, so if you watched my previous video, I gave you the rundown on the things that we will be talking about today, and wellness is gonna be our first topic. So if you are finding yourself with burning eyes, your back is stiff, and you are just extremely exhausted at the end of the day, this video is just for you. So stop what you're doing, and if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of the videos here in our Lash Artist Lock-In series. Also, take a look down in the description box because I have a little surprise for you. I put together a workbook that you can follow along as we navigate the next 5 videos when it comes to our Lash Artist Lock-In. So, welcome to Lash Girl University. I know many people think, girl, that being a lash artist, you really don't have to worry about working out or even just the demands of it being on your body. However, that's wrong. Unlike hairstylists and barbers, lash artists, we have a seat. We sit down, but we're sitting down all day. Okay, we're not on our feet, thank God, and I'm so happy that we do get to sit down, but we're sitting all day. And what can happen is we can really have very stiff backs. So wellness as a lash artist is important because, for one, we have to protect our back, and not only our back, our eyes, our fingers, right? Our backs are basically like the powerhouse of our body. It holds everything together. The spine runs directly through the middle of our back and is connected to not only our back or our tailbone, but also our head and our brain and things like that. So it's basically like the house of the nervous system, okay? I don't like that. Wellness is important because if you are not well, neither is your business. And I hate to break it to you like that, but it wasn't until I actually started taking things super serious when it came to my health and fitness, as well as running a business. Now, I've always led a healthy lifestyle. Fitness has always been a part of my lifestyle, but when I became a lash artist, something was different and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. First of all, when I first started, I was straddling those massage beds. So I was sitting down with my legs gapped open and sometimes hunching over trying to see my client's eyes. Now, the very first day of my lash training, your girl was sore. I felt like I had got hit by a truck, and that was honestly the worst feeling I had ever felt. Now, that was the only day that I felt really, really bad, and so as time went on, it got a little bit easier. But what I noticed the most was whenever I would exercise, my back was getting a little bit stronger. Strong enough for me to be able to work on my posture and to sit correctly whenever I'm lashing my clients without experiencing excruciating pain. And I will say that I've been lashing for 7 years, and my back does not hurt like it did the very first day, and I am not going home complaining about my back being in pain. And I really think the one shift that really helps is that I focus on making sure that I'm drinking my water, ensuring that I'm moving my body daily, because sitting in one spot for 5 or 6 hours of a day is not ideal. It's not ideal. And if you are someone that is sitting in just one spot and at the end of the day you're just going to eat and then going home to rest, you need to add in some physical activity into your regimen or into your routine to help the longevity of your lash business. In the beginning, I would basically be open for anything. Like, there was a point where I thought to myself, like, I feel like an employee just because I was basically at the beck and call of my clients. Like, they needed an appointment, let me see when I could get them in. They want to come and get a little touch up, let me see what I can do. Let me see if I can run up to the studio real quick and just do this real quick. And those real quicks really started to add up. Like, it started to make me feel like I was burning out and that I was dreading doing lashes and that I wanted to do something different. And it was right then in that moment that I knew that I had to learn to protect my energy and my mental when it came to this here business. And this isn't just a lash artist thing. This is something that you need to practice in your everyday life. I don't care if you're working a 9-to-5. This is something you need to practice in your everyday life. And I don't care if you're working a 9-to-5, but you need to be implementing some type of routine that is going to protect your wellness, protect your mind, and protect your sanity as it comes to running a business. And it all starts with one tiny shift that I think many lash artists overlook. And that is cutting the business off when you leave. I know it's so tempting to want to go home and create some content, or want to go home and respond to clients, or want to go home and look at your schedule, or try to think of ways that you can kind of get some more clients in. But we have to get conditioned to working when we're at work and then leaving it at work. I know clients aren't gonna know when you're working and when you're not, and they're gonna text you all the time. But one thing that I did is that I separated my personal phone from my business phone. So I have an app, and that app is called Sideline. And well, you know what? Actually, I think it's changed. I think it's called Index now. It used to be called Sideline. But I've had this app since I started lashing back in 2019. I got this app, same phone number, but that is the number that I use for my business number. So I don't necessarily have to have another phone. All I have is an app, and it's connected to my phone number, but it has its own number. My clients can call me there, they can text me there, and when the calls come through, it's basically under that app, and you can see it, and I can choose to answer or to not answer. But one thing I put on there was I have automated responses. So if somebody calls me or texts me and it's Friday at 11 p.m., they're going to get the automated response. They're not going to get me. And this little shift really changed everything for me. I was literally telling my hairstylist that I have finally gotten to the point where I know how to cut my business off. Like, I can go home and not think about working or think about lashing. In my hours of working, that's what I do. I respond to clients Monday morning at 9 a.m. whenever I'm back in the office. I am not spending my Saturday, my Sunday, more my Friday evening or my evenings responding to clients, okay? It can wait. It truly can wait. Now, to ensure that you have an effective routine, you really need to organize one that is going to go with the flow of your everyday life. So if you're getting up and you're rushing out the door, you're getting up and you know that you have to wake your daughter up for school, you need to incorporate a routine. I'm talking about time stamps, and incorporate enough time, because for me, baby, my daughter is not a morning person, and neither is her mama. So I have to make sure that I'm up early so that I get her up earlier, and that we can get out the house at a decent time, because we be dragging our feet. So you want to come up with a routine. So I'll share with you my routine. So every morning I wake up around 5, especially on the mornings I'm going to the gym. I'll wake up at 5. I'm at the gym by 5:15. I try to make it home no later than 6 a.m. 6 a.m. I get there and I make my daughter's lunch, and then I'll go wake her up. After I wake her up, I'll make sure she has what she needs. I give her that time to fully wake up before I start hounding her on putting on her clothes, on getting dressed, and many things like that. Okay, so then I'll get dressed, and our goal is to leave the house by 7:30. If we leave later than 7:30, we're late. I drop her off at school, and then I come up here and I prepare for my first client. Sometimes my first client isn't until like 9 or 10. And if that's the case, I know I have a little bit of time to work in a walk. So a 30-minute walk. And one thing I will do is, like, if I have a break, if it's a big break and I know I can get to the park real quick, I'll go get some steps in so that I'm not just sitting idle in my salon scrolling or waiting on my next client for an hour and a half. I'm being very efficient with the time that I have. I am using my time and I'm using it wisely. And so once my day wraps up around 5, that's a wrap. My phone tells me that any calls that have come in, that will automatically get a response, and that's that. So I get to go home and I get to free up my mind and get a peace of mind, because when you are working with clients all day, sometimes you don't want to talk for the rest of the day. You don't want to look at nobody. You just want to be alone. But that's not the case. I'm a mom. I'm a fiance. And so I have people to talk to and business to handle when I get home. So continuing to talk to clients after hours is just not going to work out for me. And so that's one thing I would advise for you to do too, is set up some automated system, set some boundaries when it comes to the incoming calls and texts from clients and or future clients. You know, that's where you set up your booking site so that they can go book online, or they can go check to see openings online instead of asking you what you have available, or they can go reschedule online, right? So create those systems and set those systems up ahead of time so that you, as a lash artist, can rest and recharge and be fresh for the clients the next day. Back in the days where I was hustling, yes, I was hustling with these lashes, I would take people whenever, right? Like I was like, okay, 8 clients today, let's do it. Like ain't nothing to me, like I do this. No. When I stopped accepting more than 4 clients a day, my days were smoother. My nervous system regulated. My nerves were not bad. I was able to manage the day without stressing about, is my 4 o'clock gonna be late because I got a 5 o'clock after her? Do I have a buffer period? Like those were no longer my worries. I allotted an hour and a half to 2 hours for each client, and I took my time with those clients. I get to take my time now with the clients that I have. And with taking time with your client comes better retention. You get to know your client better. Your client gets to actually relax. You get to be at a more calm and steady state when it comes to servicing your client. And it's just an overall better feel for both yourself and the client. Focusing on my wellness honestly helped me to tap into my creative side. Like I'm no longer doing just classic sets, just hybrid sets, just one length. I'm experimenting with wispies. I invested in a UV LED light. Let me tell y'all, Lash Apothecary, that light is amazing. My clients love that light. Investing in this light has freed up some space in my schedule because my clients are no longer coming every 2 weeks. They're coming every 3 weeks now. Hello. And the retention is good. And when they leave, they look good. It's just a better overall experience for the both of us. And also, I get to charge a little bit more because this is a luxury addition that I'm adding to my services for my clients. So slowing down has its perks, but we really have to position ourselves to get in the space to really slow down and really take care of ourselves so we can be our best selves for our clients. Do you know your clients know when something is wrong? They do. They pick up on that energy. They can sense your vibe. They can tell a difference in your hey girl and your hey girl, come on in. How you doing today? Like there's a big difference. And when we start checking ourselves and seeing what we're doing wrong, because sometimes it's not the lash business, sometimes it's not the lash sets, sometimes it's you. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes we have to look in the mirror and say, girl, what are we doing? What are we doing? When you take care of yourself, you take better care of your business. You have the energy to take care of your business. You have the mental clarity to handle situations, to come up with solutions, to come up with new ideas for your business. But it's not until you take care of you, then you can take care of other people, because we are in the service industry. We take care of people. We are transferring energy. We are allowing people into our spaces, but we have to make sure that we are providing a space of peace, a space where people want to come in. and we have to make sure we're protecting our energy as well. So I have a few main points that I kind of want to hit on when it comes to wellness, and the first one being stretching. Now, if you don't do nothing else, I know we talked about walking, I know we talked about making sure that we're moving our bodies each and every day, but if you don't do anything else, I really want you to make sure that you are stretching your hands, your wrists, and your arms and your back, okay? You can even go as far as to booking a massage. When I have the time, because we all know how hard it is to create time as lash artists. So when I have the time, I will set aside time to get me a massage. And actually, that's something I'm going to put on my to-do list. That's something I'm going to write down in my workbook so that I can make sure that I get that done over the next 3 months. And next is going to be sleep and hydration. I don't care what you do, make sure you have water next to you. I love to have my Simple Modern or my Hydro Jug or my Glamaholic tumbler next to me. I never leave the house without my water. I never leave the house without my water. This is about, this one's 40 ounces, and I try to finish this. I really should be finishing 2 of these a day, but sometimes the way the day works out, I only get around to 1. But that's another story for another day. But drink your water. Now, this one is a no-brainer. Now, off top, like, y'all, I'm blind. I don't know if y'all ever seen me record a video with my glasses on. Baby, those things are thick, okay? They're like magnifying glasses. So I wear contacts too, but you also want to make sure you're protecting your eyes. So if you need to invest in some magnifiers, please do that. But also make sure that every year you are getting your eyes checked. We are looking at very minute lashes, and we are focusing and concentrating on our clients' eyes for like 60-90 minutes at a time, y'all. That's not normal. And then we jump on our phones and our technology, and we're looking at our technology all day. It's not normal. So what you need to do is make sure that you schedule an appointment with your optometrist. And if you've never been, this is a perfect time. Let's incorporate that into your workbook. Download the workbook, write that down. You want to schedule an appointment with your optometrist, and this appointment is something that you can write off if you're aligning your finances, and that's a video that we will be talking about. You can write this off, but it's important to make sure that your eyes are working well and that we are not ruining our vision by doing lashes, okay? And then next is gonna be just your mental wellness. I know we talk to our clients, and sometimes they talk more to us and we talk to them, and we can kind of vent or, you know, just kind of get some advice that we're seeking. But I will say that not every client is a safe space, okay? Some clients will try to impose their beliefs on you or their views on you, or try to steer you in another direction that is just not aligned to where you are in your life. And this is where I will seek out a therapist, a licensed therapist, or a counselor, or someone that you can talk to about whatever is going on or whatever is on your mind. When our minds are bogged down, like I said, your clients know when something's going on. Find you someone that you can trust in, or contact a local therapist, or you can go, I know a lot of people are talking about growth therapy. You can go on growth therapy and then just book an appointment with a licensed professional. So if you are a lash artist and you are just physically exhausted, you're tired of the long lash days, and you're not getting good sleep, I hope this video was informational to you. Now what I want you to do is lock in your workbook, in the Lash Girl University workbook. I want you to lock in what your wellness goal is going to be for the next 90 days. What is one thing you can commit to? And I'm not asking for a lot, just give me one thing. What's one thing that you can commit to that you will do over the next 90 days to help you be a better lash artist? I want you to lock it down in your lash artist workbook, and I also want you to drop it down in the comments. And then if you have any questions or some feedback on this episode, drop it in the comments, because you know I'm gonna write back. I love chatting with you guys in my comment section, so feel free to drop me a comment. I am so happy that you're here, and I'm so excited for what this journey is going to do for you as a new lash artist, aspiring lash artist, or just a seasoned lash artist that is tired of being tired, okay? Because that's it, you gotta get tired of being tired. Anyways, don't forget to like, share, or subscribe. Send this video to a lash artist that could benefit from this, and until next time, I will see you girls later. Bye-bye.